Today we're gonna hop right into it, okay? If you don't know, my name Coach Faye. I love what I do. I enjoy just being here with you guys and just being a voice to the kingdom entrepreneur to help you birth the vision that God gave you. And so today I want to talk about which I didn't even do this. I want to talk about today. I want to talk about why it's important for you to show up as yourself. Why is it important for you to stop trying to play and pretend like you somebody else? Why is it so important for you to show up unapologetically for yourself and not try to be someone else? Because a lot of times you don't know who you are because you haven't taken the time to get to know who you are. You value other people over yourself. You carry around the spirit of inferiority, where you think everybody else is better than you, and that's a lie straight from the pits. And if you don't get past that, it's going to be very, 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 very hard, if not impossible, for you to do what God told you to do. Okay. And so the one first reason why you gotta be yourself. And it don't matter, because today I talked to one of my sisters and she was just saying, Faye, you just don't care, do you? I'm like, nope, I don't. Why? Because God made me me. And if God wanted me to be like, be like the Nike founder, or be like my mama, or be like my cousin, or be like my pastor, he would have made me them. But God made me me, with all of my flaws, all of my quirks, all of my craziness, all of that. God made it that way. And if you are so busy fearing rejection, having these insecurities that's keeping you from the promised land, having these thoughts of doubt and limitation, I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody gonna ever show up and tell you that hey, you got permission to do this. I don't know if you realize it, but we out of the era of permission. Now you gotta give yourself the permission to move on what God told you to do. And the only way you're gonna be able to do this is if you come 100% authentic. You gotta show up and be yourself. Because when you don't show up being yourself, it's almost like nothing's there. There's no essence there. I don't know if I don't know if you know, but if you're a person trying to copy someone else, you can't copy them, because then one, that's not you. Two, you don't carry their essence. Three, it's just stupid. Like, it's so stupid when you got all this knowledge, all this experience. God gave you so much that you can give. And he put it in you because he knew you could deliver it. He knew you could bring it forth, and it would be brought forth the way he needed it to be brought forth. But because you are too afraid to be yourself, you worried about what they gonna say, how they gonna feel. Why you so worried about them? Them folks ain't paying your bills. Them people ain't doing enough for you, but making you feel bad about yourself. You worry so much about what other people thinking that you can't even do you. You worry about what I'm wearing. What about this? Like, you can't. That's not living. You're not living. You are literally shrinking back, trying to fit in. You're not built to fit in, bro. I don't know if you realize it, but you're not built to fit in. God made you an individual on purpose, with an individual purpose. And you got to be willing to say, I'm okay with being a sore thumb. I'm okay with stepping out and everybody looking at me. And like I always tell y'all, if people looking at you, they watching, give them a show. Give them something to look at, baby. You gonna watch me for free, but you gonna have something to talk about when I finish. How about that? And so you gotta show up as yourself, because one, there's nobody else that can be you. And so if you don't show up fully as yourself, doing what God told you to do, it's literally like wasted space. Number two, the reason why I believe that if you don't show up your authentic self, that you are doing the world a disservice and doing yourself a disservice. It's because that's how you really grow. If you're trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else, guess what? That's futile. That's a waste of time, a waste of energy. They are already killing their lane, but nobody's in your lane because you refuse to show up as yourself. It's like you telling God, your creation of me is not enough. How long are you going to continue to spit in God's face and like literally like tell him in so many words by your actions that, yeah, you made me, you said I got purpose, you said you created nothing, everything you created was good, but Lord, maybe you a liar about me. When are you going to be tired of that? and gonna decide in your mind that I'm gonna show up all of who I am. I remember when I showed up all of who I am. And just so we get to know each other a little bit closer, when I was in school, middle school, yeah, I can remember as far as middle school, especially high school. When I was in school, y'all, people tried to bully me. They just didn't know who they were playing with, though. But they tried to bully me, y'all, because I was quiet. I was very smart. I didn't say a whole lot. And we grew up in North Memphis. And so in North Memphis, it's like you either eat or get ate. What's up? And so I knew how to fight. But I wasn't finna start no fight because I got problems when I get back to the house. And my mama always was like, if you start a fight, you better finish it. And if you get into a fight and you don't win, you gonna have to fight me when you get home. That's literally how I was raised. My mama taught me how to survive, okay? And I thank God for it because it made me who I am. But y'all, I was bullied and talked about. And I would be like, listen, say what you gotta say, baby. But don't put no hands. Don't put no hands over here. You put some hands, we gonna box. And literally, y'all, I would be quiet. I wouldn't say nothing. I would mind my own business. Y'all, I was quiet. I was like, and it's hard for me to be quiet. If you know, you know. It's hard for your girl to be quiet, okay? I'm gonna be real. But y'all, I would be quiet. I wouldn't say nothing. And people, because I was quiet, they assumed that I was inferior. They assumed that they were stronger. They assumed they found prey. But they didn't know they had unlocked the beast. And my mama had already got me ready for what was up. And so, y'all, I remember plenty of times being bullied, trying to figure out, like, I'm just trying to go to school, Mom. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to have to prove that I'm not weak. I just want to go to school. And I remember my mom saying, baby, it's a dog eat dog world. You either eat or get ate, baby. What you gonna do? Because I know you trying to just stay in the background and you just hoping people just don't mess with you. You just trying to play in the background and hope to get by. But guess what? Sometimes you can't do that, baby. Sometimes you gotta be willing to fight for your right. You gotta be willing to step forward. You gotta be willing to take what's yours. These folks trying to punk you in school. You gotta go and get up, Shanika Faye, and do what you gotta do. If that means fight, fight. If that means check. But just make sure you ain't starting nothing. You ain't no bully. And so, y'all, I took that and ran with it. And I tried for a long time, y'all, even all the way up to about 10th grade high school. I was like, I don't want no beef with nobody. I just want to go to school. I just want to, be a good student because I was very smart. I'm still very smart. Don't get it twisted. But I just wanted to be a good kid, right? And so 10th grade, because I was just trying to get by. I was just trying to hide in the background. I wasn't trying to ruffle no feathers, make no waves. And I'm saying this for a point, because some of y'all in business, you trying to do business as a secret coach, as a secret musician, as a secret author, as a secret speaker. You're trying to build a big business without an audience. Don't nobody know who you are because you don't know who you are. And so back to my story. I get to 10th grade and I realize these mugs ain't gonna stop playing with me. They gonna keep trying to play me like I'm a punk. And then I start thinking, why are they doing that? Like what is the deal? Help me understand. My mom, many conversations, many tears of me trying to figure out why these folks always want to throw hands. And I'm gonna throw them back. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna pop. But I didn't want that. And so I remember I decided I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me because I was trying to get by and just kind of hope nobody mess with me. I just wanted to get by. I didn't want to make no waves. I didn't want to insult nobody. I didn't want nobody to feel no type of way because I was trying to stay out the way. But sometimes life comes so you can get in the way and you can stand up and be a giant. Most of y'all big old giants in the spirit and y'all giants in entrepreneurship. And what I'm saying is you got an amazing gift. You got an amazing call. You got something that the world been missing. And you trying to hide in the background. And I don't want to be seen because I don't know what they're going to say. I'm fearing what they feeling. I'm fearing what they're going to say. I don't want to look stupid. I'm afraid of failure, whatever that is. And what you're not realizing is you're not going to hear well done, baby. Because you're not playing full out and you're not showing up as yourself. The one that God said was enough. How many prophetic words do you need, man, woman of God? Which one? How many more prophetic words do you need before you do what God told you to do? Before you believe what he said you are? How many scriptures are you going to have to read before you accept your identity as a child of the Most High God? How long will he have to constantly, okay, baby, get it together, baby. I believe in you. Okay, you can do it. How long we doing that? When we getting past that? When we going to just decide, I'm going to be me. I'm going to do the best I can do with what I have. I'm going to take control of the controllables, and I'm not going to worry about what I can't control. I'm going to do what God told me to do and move forward. And when you do that, I'm telling you right now, baby, telling you right now, it's game over. Okay, it's game over. You don't need no extras. You don't need nobody. All that stuff you think you need, you don't need that. That's in your head. And a lot of that comes from just being beat down and broken as little kids. A lot of us, we need to go get some therapy, baby. I had to get therapy. Ain't no shame in my game. I had to get my brain fixed, baby. Get my mind fixed. Get my soul fixed, baby. I had to get these emotions under control because I didn't know I was out of control. And so I learned how to be myself. And back to my story. When I decided to be myself and all that was, baby, I literally like loud, proud, how y'all doing? Wild child, baby. I had a blast. I show up, I'm bringing a party. Now that I'm even saved, y'all, you think I'm gonna go to church and be quiet? I ain't go to the club and go sit in the corner. What am I gonna go to church and sit in the corner for? That don't make sense. But anyways, I started being myself. Okay. And when I became myself, I instantly start seeing people follow me. People start emulating who I was. And I realized I thought all those people had it together. And some of y'all looking at other people building their business, building their families, doing what God told them to do, and you thinking because you letting the thief of comparison rob you, you thinking they got all the answers. You thinking that they got it all together. You thinking that it's peachy cream and Skittles over there. But guess what? They just decided to move forward irregardless to what they don't know, how they feel, what if. They decided to make the next step. They decided, I'm not going to quit. They decided, I'm gonna take what God gave me and I'm going to use it and build something from it. Because what you failing to realize is, if God can't trust you with a few things, with the little bit he told you to do, you're like, yeah, God, you told me to do this, but what about all that? But baby, you ain't even did this. You ain't even did this. Get back to this. And then gotta make this clear, okay? And so that's the reason why, y'all, we gotta show up as ourselves. What does that look like? I'm not saying be crazy, because I had to bring it back when I finally came out full throttle, baby. I was like, listen, Faye, you can't, you're doing too much now. So I had to learn how to taper it back. And so I had to learn who I was. But I had to be decent. It had to be done decently and in order. That's what I'm trying to say. And so you got to understand and become a student of who you are. That means do the work. That means get out of your own way. Get out of your own head. Stop believing your own lack and limitations. Stop even believing your own press. Because none of us have arrived yet. We all trying to ascend to the next level. And we don't arrive until we see the gates of heaven. Hallelujah. Okay? And so show up as yourself. If you out here copying somebody's game plan, you out here copying a style, because I know somebody. When I saw them, I knew off top. I said, yeah, that person think they E.T. Eric Thomas. I can tell when you being fake, and everybody around you can tell when you being fake. And you might get to slip by, you get to kind of ease by playing like you somebody else. But guess what? The saddest part is the person that you should have been will die without ever being expressed. Nobody will ever meet the real you because you were so afraid to let that real you out. And God gave you that. God gave you those emotions. God gave you that will. God made you loud. I remember when they was teaching us about biblical womanhood when I was in college, y'all. Woo! And the expression of what they were teaching as the biblical woman, she wasn't black, boy. She wasn't black. She couldn't have been black. Because everything they was talking against, I was like, bro, everything y'all saying is me. And I know I love Jesus, first of all. And y'all, I had to realize, like, sometimes even people you thinking gonna give you identity, they don't know either. That's why you gotta go and seek it for yourself. Who are you? Who are you? I'm asking you. Do you know who you are? Not what you do. Not I'm black. Not who are you? Who are you? Do you know that? I challenge you tonight to sit your butt down and write it out. Go press in to the Lord and say, who am I? Who did you make me to be? Go call your parent and ask him, when you birthed me, what did you sense? Like, what did you feel, Mom? Like, when you had me, what did you feel? When my parents gave birth to me, and I promise you can call them, Faye and Robert Kelly, baby, call them today if you want to, if you want proof, okay? I remember me trying to do self-discovery. I called my parents. I called my mom and I called my dad. And I said, hey, when I was born, what was y'all sensing? Like what was that? And then my mom was like, you always been into business. You've always, since day one, has been my Miss Executive. Since I first birthed you. And then I started to remember, y'all. My mama took me back through memory lane, and I started to remember. I would go, y'all. I would take my money, and the little money my mama would give me, because we didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot, baby. We didn't have a lot. We worked with what we had, okay? We worked with what we had. I would take the little, I guess the allowance money my mom would give me, and I would save it up for book fair days and to go to the school supply little space. And I would be so happy to get those pencils. I remember my first gift when I was 3 years old. I still remember this. It was a briefcase. It was a little bitty, like, maroon briefcase. And I was just so delighted with it. My mama gave me a briefcase, some papers. And baby, when I got about 9-10 years old, she must have introduced me to scissors. And it was it was on like Donkey Kong, baby. I was cutting everything. I got real happy with them scissors, y'all. And so stationary stuff like papers, pens, like school supplies, like anything to help me write, organize, business was always forefront. My mom always called me Miss Executive since I was a little girl. And so that helped me realize when I started to really doubt who I was like, but am I? Like, I'm not seeing the outcomes. I'm not seeing what I think I'm supposed to see. And so what you got to do is get those expectations to the Lord and trust that even when I don't see it, I'm going to see it through. And so that's what I had to do. Go back and ask the ones who birthed me, hey, what you see on me? And for some of y'all who like, well, Faye, I don't have parents. That's what you got, a Heavenly Father. So what? You're not without excuse. Go ask the Lord. Go to your spiritual parents. Hey, when y'all first met me, y'all sense anything? Then don't go ask for no word, but just ask them. I'm trying to find my identity. Get in your Bible. Get to praying. Get to fasting. Go seek godly counsel. And like I said before, don't be going up and asking no word now. You seek the Lord for yourself. But I love y'all. Make sure from this point on, you show up as yourself. Show up as you. There's only one you. Nobody can replicate it. And it's going to be so sad if you go to the grave with this gift of you and you have never showed it or given it to anybody. And what's even sadder, that the people you was meant to impact will never have that change possibly. And granted, God can raise up another. But why allow God to raise up another when you could have been in position? And so, y'all, I love y'all. So we're going to end right here. I just want to let y'all know there's still time to register for the Passion to Success Challenge. Literally, if you're ready to take your coaching business or your being an entrepreneur to the next level, I need you to go and register. That week, we're going to literally get your podcast lunch, get your book going, get your game plan in place so you can get this thing popping on off, okay? So y'all get registered. I will see y'all tomorrow at the same time. I love y'all so much. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye, IG.